So who is the player that you guys are the most hyped to watch this year from the Minnesota Wild?
Not named Kaprizov.
yeah, of course.
I mean, the team is pretty much. I mean, the new guys, I guess, right? Because we've seen the other guys play last year. So I mean, I'd like to see how Bonino fits in. I hope Bukestad stays healthy, and I'd like to see how he fits into this lineup as well. There's a young player who's going to get some more minutes this year in Carson Soucy, and there were flashes of him, being a solid defender in the National Hockey League. Not like a star or anything, no, but like his skating's incredible, and that's something that jumped out to me. So I'm excited to see if he can take that next step. And the writing's on the wall for Matt Dumba. If he plays well, then it's good for the Wild in that like his stock's going to go up and they'll be able to make a good trade. But when he eventually is dealt, Carson Soucy is probably one of the defensemen who's going to be taking that spot in the top 4 to start anyways. So I'm excited to see how he does this year.
Yeah, and some context on that too, because like Isha and I talk about it so often that like our listeners just know what we're talking about with that. So like for you guys and all of your listeners, $27 million is dedicated to the top 4 defensemen. That is why Dumba is out. Now, is it going to be at this trade deadline? Is it going to be, this off season? Are they going to protect 4 forwards and 4 defensemen and then trade him after the fact? Like that's all still up in the air, but he has to go. You cannot put together a roster with $27 million going to your top 4 defensemen. And Soucy's a guy who, like, he's a solid number 4, and right now he's an incredible number 5, so that's going to be fun to watch. What I want to see, and that's whether or not Dumba's traded this season, I'm beyond excited to see Kalen Addison come in and be able to play that 4-5 spot as well. A lot of upside for this guy. Like, he's going to be that traditional, like, liability defensively to start. You're going to have to see how he develops in, but the offensive upside for this guy is crazy. I think he's easily a power play quarterback. So that's a fun one to watch. And the one that I think also deserves a little shout, just got re-signed to a 3-year ticket, the Moose, Marcus Foligno. This is a guy that probably doesn't get a lot of league-wide recognition, and I mean, understandable. Like, he's not going to put up crazy points, but he does have at least like offensive competence. But he's a guy that just does everything for you. He grinds. He plays a good defensive style. He can do what he needs to on both ends of the ice. And I think he's going to be a fun guy to watch and see if he can step up and capitalize. Again, they're the 3rd line right now, him, Eck, and Greenway. If they can take advantage of good matchups, like that's where you might find an edge.
Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up because a lot of people don't really pay attention past, the second line. So those depth guys are pretty huge.
Minnesota has 3 third lines, so you kind of have no choice but to tune into that.